guys and girls, so today I have something a little bit different for you, and it's something that I have been so excited to film and actually watch. Pretty much whenever I get the opportunity, whether it be from like professionals or more kind of gimmicky things such as like Zoltar, I love to kind of get my future read and get some insight into my life in some kind of way. So I do follow a few different mediums and things on YouTube. But one of my favourite ones to watch is a channel called Parle, and that channel is run by a gorgeous, lovely lady called Chris. I am absolutely fascinated by her videos. I absolutely love watching them. I started off just watching the kind of like monthly like horoscope ones. I usually focused on like the Pisces ones and the Gemini ones. I'm a Pisces, Mike is a Gemini, so I tend to just kind of focus on those ones. Since then I have become so invested in her channel. I've taken part in live streams where she did like readings across the live stream as such, and it always really baffles me how right she gets things. I know that Aishling O'Neill did join one of the live streams which I was watching the other day, and Chris was able to kind of read Aishling so well. It was actually somewhat scary how accurate she was. So although she does do these readings on her channel, she does also do kind of personal readings where the readings are specifically done for a certain person in mind. So I reached out to her to see if she could do a reading for me, which I could kind of react to and watch with you guys on my channel. So after sending her a few messages, we decided on a few themes that I wanted her to focus on. So the themes I chose was job, relationships and health. I thought those would be quite nice, would kind of cover what was going on in my life right now. I did request that prior to getting a job because I think at the time I was like freaking out and I was like, someone please tell me I'm gonna get a job by September. I'm unsure whether or not she filmed this prior to me getting my job or not, but it would be really interesting to see kind of what she comes up with in that realm, whether or not my first year teaching is going to be successful. So she basically has filmed a video for me. I'm going to try my best as well to insert like the video somewhere over here just so you guys can kind of watch it with me and see what I'm reacting to. But due to the fact that this video is 55 minutes long, I think I should probably jump straight into it. I will give you some information at the end as to how you can get your own personal readings, but please do make sure you head over to Parle channel and give her a subscribe. Even if you're not interested in a personal reading, she does do the kind of monthly like zodiac ones, which I always find do really resonate with me. So I do actually have my laptop here on my lap, so please do excuse if I am like looking down. What I may do is kind of shove it on a pillow so that it's a little bit higher up, but obviously I'm going to be kind of looking down, and that's what I'm looking down at. So I'm going to watch through this 55-minute video now. This is the first time I have watched this. I'm thinking there's probably going to be sections which I can cut out, so I'm just going to apologise in ahead of time if this is a rather long video.
Hi Lizzie, I hope you're doing well.
I am, thank you very much.
So the other day I started to do your video. What I want to share with you, which I don't share with a lot of people that I do private readings for like this, where I do a video reading and send it to them, is I collect crystals. And so I'm sending you out a package probably next week after I get paid.
So Chris also has told me that she does have a package that she wants to send me, and in this live stream that she did the other day, she showed me one of the items which she had bought. She'd found it in like a sale in one of the stores, and it's this really cute little like tree house which is going to go so perfectly with my doll's house. So I'm really excited. I think she said she was going to send that in either the package she's talking about now or potentially a different one, but I was so over the moon when she showed me it just because it is so gorgeous and there are so many crafting opportunities with it.
It's a package I already had packed up and sealed, but in my next package too, because I'm going to send you that little thing for your haunted Halloween.
That's what I was talking about.
I love it. House, the little tree house. I love that thing. I'm so glad that you love it. When I send that along, I will send you some crystals that may be shown to me in your reading right now. Okay,
so that's really interesting. So what she's going to do is, I do collect so many crystals. I have like shelves full of them over there. I have loads and loads of crystals. I absolutely love them. I mean, the majority of them are amethyst, but I do also have kind of lots of quartz and like tiger's eye and stuff. So it'll be really interesting to see which kind of crystals are shown to her as ones which I need to add to my collection.
Like, these aren't going to be crystals like amethyst, the common ones. They're going to be stuff that is, I don't think you have. Like, intuitively, someone's going to tell me that you don't have them, so that at least they'll be new to you. So this crystal that I have in my hand that I'm using
So from what I can tell, she is using a crystal to help with her reading right now.
I got the other day. So I have friends of mine in the States that have a crystal geode company. So the reason why sometimes my readings take a longer time to get to people is because if I'm having anxiety or having issues, and plus I work a full-time job, if I can't give you my 100% all, which is what my dad taught me to do always, then I'm not going to give you the best reading as my client.
So I do really like that. I feel like it gives such a more kind of personal feel. Definitely, I'm sure there are some kind of mediums and readers out there who would just kind of churn out as many as they could. So I do really appreciate that, although it did take a couple of weeks for her to do this reading and film this reading. She has mentioned that she wanted to make it the best one possible for me. I'm really excited that when she was filming this, she was in her like best form as such.
So I hope that makes sense. So I hope I pronounced this correctly. It's apophyllite crystal with stilbite.
You're asking someone who can not pronounce anything correctly.
And I hope you can see it. This is the hard part of it in the back. And then this is the crystals with the stilbite. They're green and white.
That crystal is absolutely gorgeous. I have one sort of similar. I just called it a fairy ball crystal, so that's not really going to help anyone.
It's magnifying and helps my third eye, which if you don't know a lot about the third eye is a lot of times where people have sight that are not 3D. 3D is like you and me, what we see every day. People who are intuitive like myself who can tap into the consciousness outside of the normal realm, that's where I tap into the spirit. So, and I know that you're, there's a lot of people that are, what's the word I want to use? Skeptics. So just so you know a little bit about me, I am skeptical more than normal people, even though I have this ability.
So really interestingly now, Chris is talking a little bit about skepticism when it comes to kind of the medium community.
If I can't prove to you or show you in signs in these readings or when I do investigations that something is real, then it didn't happen for you, but it happened for me. A lot of them aren't like that. They sensationalize the channel or the show. So I'm playing some chill music in the background. I have a ton of decks that I have. I probably have about 10 or 12 decks that I've saved up over the years. But in the last year, I have go-to decks. And so what I usually do is if I feel compelled to use a specific deck for somebody, I'll go and pull that. But I'm prone to use this deck for a lot of people. It's the animal deck.
Okay, I am very excited that she's chosen the animal deck. I do actually have some tarot cards of my own. Not that I use them or know how to use them, but I do just really appreciate the art of them. And within her like live readings, and also just her general videos, when she shows her tarot cards, they always just look so gorgeous. So I'm very excited to see the animal deck.
And as you can see, it has all the different animals, okay? And it's a beautiful, beautiful deck.
It looks like there's Trev on that first one, just saying.
I use this one because it has a lot of symbolism. This is the, excuse me, Celtic deck that I have. It's got a beautiful tree. So as I'm showing you some of these cards, I want to explain to you that I am not a tarot taught reader, and I am not a time-sensitive reader. So what that means is I'm not book taught like most people buy a tarot deck or an oracle deck because they're called different, and the book that comes with it. And what they do is they teach themselves the definition in that deck from that person who created that deck for the reading.
See, that's what I had when I bought like a Halloween tarot card deck, which I did just genuinely buy for the artwork on it and just because I was really interested to like have a little look at it. But it did come with a book. Then when I wanted to find out what a card meant, I'd have to like flick through this book and find out kind of what the definition was. So it's really interesting that she kind of is not going against it, not saying that you shouldn't do that, but she is more like self-taught rather than from just like a text, which is kind of produced mass marketly.
And what they do is they do that, and so people will teach themselves that. The reason why I don't read like that is because I don't feel that the tarot, like the arcanas and all that, if you read into it, I don't feel that that is something that I'm meant to read. And the reason being is, say you and someone else go to a reader for a reading. Say you go to a reader for a reading and you both get the same exact cards. I don't feel that that is accurate for a reading, number one, and that's why I don't read that way.
I totally agree with what she's saying here. I do feel like there can never be two people the same, and for the kind of book or the rules sort of thing to suggest that one definition is the only definition of that card is, I guess, a bit kind of closed and doesn't really account for individual differences.
Number two, I intuitively read. I read from spirit on the other side and people who have passed away in your life or connected to you in some way. But I also read with people that I'm connecting to, whether it's my spirit guide, people that have passed away in my life, or my ancestors. So I hope that makes sense.
I feel like that almost gives a more kind of genuine reading rather than just reading straight from a book or a kind of pre-produced text. Okay, so here we go. She is beginning with the animal deck, which I am super excited about. To me, this is the one that is reaching out to me the most. These readings are not subjectively for one time frame, so it's not just for the month. This reading she's giving me like now isn't specifically for right now. It isn't specifically for the next year or for the previous year, unless she has been given a kind of specific date or time frame.
So I'm going to shuffle the animal deck while I'm sitting here. The types of readings I offer are like what I just told you, the intuitive reading, the video reading like I'm doing for you here. What else? I do Reiki, distance Reiki, which is healing stuff for people who have energy and Reiki chakra imbalances. So I'm shuffling the animal deck and I'm going to ask Spirit to give me any signs or any messages, either from the other side or from Spirit, to help you with your reading, Lizzie.
I am so excited right now.
What's going on with job, life, love, home life, future endeavors, your YouTube channel, anything to do with aspirations or things you want to change in your channel or things you want to do in life, anything that pertains to Lizzie that she needs to know, please come through Spirit for my friend Lizzie. All right, let's see. So one of the cards did fall out.
Oh, is this a good thing or a bad thing?
So I will give that card to you at the end. I'm going to pick two cards first and then share the card that fell out. And I promise I'll explain everything.
Good.
Wow. I'm not surprised. So the first card that I pulled is the bear card.
Okay. I love bears, so this will be exciting.
I'll explain it in a second. The second card is the buffalo. This is your boyfriend. I was not expecting her to say that. I feel a strong connection to your partner. He's a hard worker.
That definitely is Mike.
He's dependable. He's got a dry sense of humor.
Yep.
And he's very work ethic. He's very, like I am. I keep seeing me. I'm the same way. I'm like constantly going.
Fun fact as well, she did mention earlier on in the video that she was a Gemini, and Mike is actually a Gemini as well, so I'm not surprised that they have relatively similar kind of life goals, visions, you know what I mean, like aspirations.
I don't slow down very often. And when I do slow down, it's usually I get sick because my body tells me to slow down. So that's what I feel. And I feel like he's a great match for you. I feel like you two complement one another.
Well, that is good to know.
I think he's very supportive of you. So Spirit's showing me that a lot of guys have egos. He doesn't have an ego. He doesn't have an ego.
It's so funny that you said this because Mike's just got a new car. This may sound really like random, Mike's just got a new car, and the number plate that it came with, he got a new BMW. The number plate that came with the car literally is just ego. Like, it just says ego. That is his number plate. He has since sold that number plate and got rid of it, but it is just the funniest thing because the number plate is just like the complete opposite of what you would expect for Mike to have, and it's just like blowing my mind that this is what you're talking about, because I don't know if the spirits have seen Mike's swaggy new number plate. But yeah, I'm agreeing so far.
He's very laid back. He's very supportive in anything you do. And if I didn't already know this about him because of your channel, it's funny. Spirit's showing me him working with his hands and metals, which is funny because I just thought of your pendants, right? Now, if I didn't watch your channel, I wouldn't have known that, but I still would have given you that message. That's why I don't like to know a lot of things about people.
So that's really interesting. Something I was kind of not apprehensive about, but something I wondered about is the fact that having a medium read me who potentially has watched some of my videos, they may have somewhat of a like insight as to my like history, I guess. So I do really like that she has addressed this. So although she is saying, you know, it's something that she does already know about Mike, his job does entail making various different things out of metal, and for any of you that don't know, he was the person that made my fabuloso coffin necklace. So yeah, he does spend all day sort of working with his hands making metal. So it's really interesting that although she did kind of somewhat know that about him, that it is also coming through within the reading as well.
Because I want to be, you know, unique and not feel like she already knew that about me, but I didn't mean it that way. So that's why I'm explaining it to you. So I see him working with his hands. He's very talented. Now he can be slightly, I'm being told he can be slightly stubborn when it comes to things.
Yes.
But he's not like horribly stubborn. I also feel like he's going to be extremely successful with this metalwork, and it's not just vehicles. Like, they're showing me a vehicle.
So actually what Mike does do is he makes kind of parts for different kind of vehicles and like cranes and stuff. I already know, but his main job is doing stuff to do with vehicles, and he does the jewelry sort of in spare time, sort of for me if I need some jewelry. So it's really interesting that that's what's coming through.
Oh, I just got emotional, I'm sorry. I also got the bear card.
Oh,
which I don't know about your family. I watch your channel all the time, and I know, you know, your mom and dad, and you have siblings. But I feel like you have a brother. This is a brother card. This is your brother.
I do. I have two brothers.
I feel like he's above you, so he has to be an older brother.
I only have older brothers.
I feel like he maybe emotionally, recently, they're showing me maybe 6 months to 8 months, had a rough patch, either with work or a relationship.
So, oh god, this is gonna get me tearing up as well now. I don't like to try to bum everyone out on my channel, but it's something really important to share. My brother had a stillborn baby last March, really exciting. They've got another baby due in 5 days, which is so exciting. I've literally got goosebumps right now. But it's definitely been a big roller coaster, let's say, in our family. It's something I try to keep off camera just because it's quite a personal thing, but definitely something which needs awareness. Babies can sometimes not come out alive. Like, even if they've been cooking for 9 months, even if they are seemingly healthy throughout the whole pregnancy, they don't always make it, and there's not always a reason behind it. So I'm just gonna stop there.
And you may not be aware of this. I'm not sure, because I don't know how close you are to him. I'm being shown that you're close to your brother. But sometimes, you know, when you go through stuff like that, you sometimes don't want to worry your family by telling them. So, Spirit's telling me that. He's got something. They keep showing me the number 12. So either in the next 12 months, 12 weeks, 12 months or 12 weeks. They keep showing me 12, 12, 12, 12, 12.
Okay, out of interest, let me just see when she sent me this. So it was... That is so freaky. The day that she uploaded this, I'm not sure if it's the day she filmed it, but the day she uploaded this is exactly 12 days from my brother's next baby's due date, which is very scary.
I feel like something is going to be born new. Born new.
Quite literally.
Meaning either something, a change in his job, or a change in a new house, or a change in his family life. Something good, not negative. It's 12. So just keep that in mind, that that is something that's possible. Now the card that fell out.
Okay, so I'm really interested to find out what this rogue card is.
I'm laughing because I had just started shuffling the deck. This is so you.
Okay, I haven't even heard anything about this yet, but I have literally, and you can receipts right now from when I was talking to Chris Miners, I have recently in the last like week really wanted a turtle. For some reason turtles have just been like, I've just suddenly become obsessed with them. I've never wanted a turtle in my life until the last week, where I've just been like researching turtles and joining all the turtle pages I can. Okay, let's find out what turtles mean. Why am I obsessed with turtles?
You and your love for animals and compassion for animals is something that I connect to on such a level. I don't think people realize the energetic connection we have to our animals. I love watching your videos with your animals. I started doing videos of my fish. Sometimes you're a little too nice to certain people that maybe don't deserve it, and so you need to get thicker skin.
I could also put receipts here, but I'm not going to.
Need to get thicker skin to tell people no. And I know this isn't something that you haven't done before, where you haven't told somebody, yeah, no, I can't do that for you. I think I also keep seeing amazing creative artistic ways you're going to be in your job.
Okay, so I'm really excited about this because obviously, as you guys know, in September I'm going into a teaching job, and I have been trawling through Pinterest looking at different like classroom and display ideas. So I'm really excited to like just get my hands on it. I'm like already making stuff for my classroom now, and I don't even know what my class is going to be like yet.
They keep showing me you kind of like I am with my channel. I'm very animated, right? You're very animated, and so when you're animated and you really share part of your energy with people, and in your teaching, Wednesday, kind of like me with my teaching, because I feel like I am meant to be a mediumship teacher, and that's why I want to do this documentary with the camera. I feel like you are as well, where you're going to thrive in that environment. It's going to make your soul happy.
Okay, so I'm really pleased about that. One of the reasons I actually went into teaching, despite the nice holidays, which everyone seems to think is the only reason, is I absolutely love being creative and I love working with children. So I definitely really resonate with what she's saying here.
And so you're not going to be like, you know how when you see people, and I know I experienced this in my past, people stay in jobs for way too long when they're miserable and they just do it for the money. That's not you. That's not what I see for you or for your boyfriend. I feel like you're both going to be extremely successful. I also see... Let me shuffle the deck while I'm talking, because I keep seeing...
Okay, so now she's moved to like the other deck, and I believe she's like shuffling to help her with like clarify what she's seeing. So she's still kind of visualizing my job right now.
I feel like you're going to be at your job for about 18 months.
Okay.
Either 18, I don't want to say longer than 18 months. So leading up to 18 months, within 18 months, or exactly at 18 months, you're going to feel so secure at your job, and he's going to feel so good with his ability of whatever he chooses to do with his hands, if he decides to stay where he is, or if something comes to fruition about what I talked about. I feel like you're both going to endeavor into a house. I keep seeing a new beginning, a house.
Okay, so this is really interesting. Again, something which I have very briefly touched about within some videos. Me and Mike are hoping to move out. It's something that we haven't really... We've not started saving yet or anything like that. We've decided we want to do everything 50-50, so we're going to wait till September when I have my full-time job. Come September, we're going to start saving, and provisionally we've set ourselves a goal for 18 months to start saving for our deposit. I'm not sure if it's the same in every country, but in England, you basically, it goes by what you earn. Me and Mike are going to be earning the right amount to be able to afford either a very small house or a flat, and then before you can borrow that money for your mortgage, you then have to put down a deposit, and the deposit is the bit that takes forever to save for. So for the next kind of like year and a half, year, we're going to hopefully be saving so that we can move out to our own place.
Keep seeing a beautiful, beautiful, it's funny, they keep showing me this picturesque window by the kitchen.
Well, I am very excited about that.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. I have never had in a reading where someone so quickly after starting a job gets a house, but that's pretty cool. So I'm shuffling the deck to get a further reading for you.
I think me and Mike are both very, very driven to move out. It's something which we have like decided within us. Me and Mike have been together for like 6 years now, and it's something which we've always wanted to move out, but something we've been very realistic about, in the fact that we couldn't afford it until I had been to university and finished university and got a job. And it's really crazy that we're there, like we're at that point in our timeline now where we're beginning to actually get ready to start saving and make this dream happen. So I think maybe that's why she is seeing it like as something that's happening really soon, like something that would be like the next step to getting a job, because it's definitely the next step in my timeline of like things that I need to do in my life, if that makes sense.
2 cards fell out. I'm gonna leave them out.
Okay. Apparently I just make the cards jump everywhere. Another 2 cards have fallen out, so I'm guessing she's gonna come back to those in a second.
I will share them in a minute. I will share the 2 cards that fell out in a minute. They're beautiful cards. Absolutely. One of them is you. It's so funny to me.
Okay, so one of these cards is me, and I want to
I
know
look at
what
the
it
card
is.
and I'm like, if I could have picked one card out of this deck to like that reminded me of you, it's this card. I can't wait to show it to you, but anyways. Alright, so.
I cannot wait to see either.
Let's pull some cards for you, Lizzie! Finally, from my amazing deck. I'm going to save the other 2 over here that are... Oh yeah, definitely. So you are nervous about this new endeavor with this job. I feel like you need to shut your brain off. So I'm going to show you this beautiful card. Expectation. You see how she's looking up at the sun? This is my Native American heritage past life. The buffaloes in the field and the dragonfly are her wings.
It's really interesting that there is a buffalo in the background of this, because of the buffalo card that she pulled earlier.
The expectation. Please don't go into your new endeavor or any new endeavor that you have with any expectations. Just go in with a light heart and know that everything is going to work out the way that it's meant to work out. I know sometimes people stress out about new beginnings, whether it's a job, a relationship, financial something, whatever. They're telling me for you to not have any expectations. Don't be critical on yourself. Just go with your intuitive side.
I think this is really interesting because going into a new job, I mean, I'm going into pretty much 2 new jobs. I'm going into one in June, which I've just got like a horrendous text about, which I'm not excited about. and also the one in September. They're both kind of very new endeavors for me, and as like a newly qualified teacher, I have so many like high expectations for myself and also for the year, like things that I am looking forward to, which perhaps I need to actually just take it as it comes and not expect like a pristine performance from myself or the children. Just like see how it goes and just take every day as it comes.
Don't think too much. You're like me, you think too much sometimes. And sometimes that makes us a little anxious.
It's May and I've already started planning for September.
Not like anxiety attack anxious, but anxious. Because the reason why I'm telling you this is because this is you. Specifically, they're showing me you being very creative in your classroom, like in a classroom setting, like in a room with like they keep showing me, and I don't know what kind of teacher you're going to be, but I know I have that teacher energy with you like I am. I'm the same way. But they keep showing me you in your house with brush strokes, like painting or on the computer painting, but they keep showing me brush strokes. And then this is the card, the brilliance card. This is you. You're going to be 100% successful.
So I'm going to be teaching year 1, which are primary school children. They're aged like around 6. So there's still going to be lots of like fun and creative painty kind of things. I'm wondering if this is either like me like preparing lessons or preparing things with the children, or perhaps like maybe some of the activities we'll do on the first day, or perhaps this is more kind of geared towards my actual classroom and me decorating the classroom, because I am very much looking forward to doing that.
Maybe there's something you want to buy or do in the teaching and you can't do it yet, or you may stress about little stupid stuff. Don't stress it. Universe will provide, I promise you, because you're going to be extremely successful.
Okay, so the next card is the space card.
In readings means space, like from people or things or environments. I feel like there might have been, I don't think they're around you as much as they used to be, but they keep showing me someone that was taking advantage of you to a degree that you're friends with or acquaintances with. And now that you're going into this new endeavor and you're going to be busier and things are going to be, you know, busier like me, you're not going to have time to stay in this space, this realm of being there for this person. Like, I don't mean not as a friend. I mean, they took advantage of you. Like, I used to have a friend that...
This is really weird. I don't think I want to go into too much detail to do with this, but I definitely have like a person in mind which this very directly links to.
Was more than a friend. What I mean by that is someone who you care for them and you want to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're not using you. And I'm not saying this person is using you, but I feel like they took advantage of you or have taken advantage of you in the past.
This is very true of that person.
Whoever this person is, you're going to kind of step back from them because you're going to have your own endeavors and you're not going to have time do what you used to do for them. Time to, you know, I don't even know the word they're trying. They keep showing me. They're showing me like a needy child, right? You're not going to have time to be like that with this person. And don't feel guilty about it. Now, that's why they keep showing the absence card. See how these two cards go hand in hand? You have the person, right, space, and then the absence card. These are right after each other. The reason why these were right after each other is this is the absence card. This is you stepping away from it. The space, right? You know, you start to notice the space that you guys are having. And then as she or he, I feel like it's a female energy, which the way I do readings, I always say female or male energy because it could be a female with male energy and it could be a male with female energy. So that's why I don't ever say female or male, because when spirit shows it to you, they show you an energy, not a physical sexual self. But this is you, definitely. And you're very strong. Give yourself some credit that you're a good friend, whether you're there or not there for them when they need you every single time. Just remember, whatever's meant to be in your life is going to happen regardless of you stressing out.
I love this. This is definitely like a motto that I would take throughout my life. It's just let it be. Just let things happen. Things are meant to happen for a reason, and just keep on going one day at a time.
It's amazing how stressed out we get sometimes over stupid stuff. Like, I do it all the time. Not as much, but I do. All right, so between you and your other half, I feel like the stronger the bond it becomes, especially when this whole house thing happens. The reason why I'm saying is this magnetism card means two people. You see this? The doves, the different colored doves, they're birds. This is you and him. It's kind of funny. Remember how you approached me about doing this reading and working on a collaboration? Did you see this card? Alliance. This is us. I keep feeling like for some reason, besides doing this video, I feel like that whole pendant thing or metal thing or something creation, something maybe I come up with that you guys, I don't know. I feel like I keep being pushed to tell you that. And it may not be me, it could be somebody else, but I am convinced it's you and I. So I don't know if we're supposed to do another collaboration together about something.
I'm happy with that. Just send me a message.
I don't mind doing another reading. Now, the two cards that fell out.
So the ones that fall out are always the ones that like most interest me. Like, why did they feel the need to escape?
The friction card is the explanation that I gave you about your friend making it difficult for you, making you feel guilty for not having time for them. It's going to cause you energetic friction.
I feel like oddly enough, some of the stuff that she's talking about is kind of like in play at the moment, / has like already kind of happened and is probably going to continue to happen. So it's really interesting how these are all like linking together, and I could definitely like, and as I said, I don't really want to go into it as such, but I can definitely like see how this is making a very, very direct link here.
People are just jerks. I hate to say it, but sometimes people are just jerks. Now, the last card that fell out, the two cards that fell out in the beginning, the last card I saved for last, right?
Okay, so I'm really excited to find out what this one is and why she has saved it till last.
This card is the embodiment of how I see you, Lizzie. So I hope you're not offended.
Okay.
Look at this card. This is your beautiful red hair. Do you see this? It's got... I want to put it up closer. I hope you can see it. It's just the most beautiful card. This is you and your energy. You are a beautiful person. The dragonfly portion, which you can see here, is just something that is about light, love, compassion, caring, determination, strength. And when people make comments on YouTube or Facebook or anywhere else, trolls.
This is making my heart feel so warm right now.
I want to call them. In regards to anything about you, bounce it off your skin.
Okay, now this is really weird because she sent me this video, as I said, like a week ago, and in this last week I've had quite a like influx of trolls and people leaving negative comments. Now it's something which I have so far been able to deal with completely fine. It's never really affected me too much. I kind of get the same statements over and over again, so they just roll straight off. But I really feel like recently I've just had so many more like troll or like hate comments, and they did kind of get to me a little bit just because I had like multiple of them in like 24 hours, and I was just like, and it really got me like overthinking, I think. So it's really interesting that this has come up within her reading.
You are a beautiful person inside and out, and when you have those moments, I want you to ground yourself. I want you to sit down and tell yourself 10 things that you love about your life. And by the time you get to the 10th thing, you're not going to think about that person anymore. You're really not. And so this is really you. So now what I'm going to do for my last card is, even though I think I touched on everything, I'm going to pull just one of the cards that has a definition in it.
Okay, so now she's kind of summing up the whole reading, and she's picking out like the one card to like sum everything up.
This is so funny. So in the beginning of the reading, I was talking about you and being successful, your other half and his work with his hands, and you with your amazing work, teaching, and just the energy you have and the creative part of you, and just the light that you have, and just, you know, all of that stuff. So I also talked about you two as the birds, right? So this says, the essence of my every desire can be fulfilled. Do you see the picture of who they are? It's two people, a man and a woman. Anything is possible. This is such a beautiful card. So now I'm going to read to you what the card says. So it says, I'm going to hold it up. Here we go. I want you to look at the card. If your time-space reality has the wherewithal to inspire and desire within you, it is our absolute promise to you that your time-space reality has the ability to deliver in full manifest form the reality of the desire to be inspired. So the essence of any and all desires that you have can be fulfilled unless you're holding yourself out of alignment with your own desire, meaning you're holding yourself back with like worries or stress or anxiety or thinking you can't do it. The feeling of competition or shortage or limitation of resources means you are out of alignment with your own desire. So this basically means anything is possible. Like I have to tell myself every day, anything is possible as long as you don't have that subconscious thought in your mind that you can't do it because of whatever, money, time, whatever. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope that I answered and helped you with anything that you were thinking or wanting to be answered. I said I was going to reach out. I did tap into the other side, and honestly, the only person that they want me to tell you this is there's a man who is on your father's side, because I see, here you are, when I see spirits, here you are, here's your mom, here's your dad. He is showing me he's on your dad's side, 1, 2 above. So that would be either your great-grandfather or a second uncle who has since passed, who is always around your family, especially your dad, always inspiring you all to, when there's stuff going on in the family or whatever, to keep going. And there's somebody who, to confirm who this person is, they want me to show you they keep saying here, I want to say heart, but I think it's something to do with the breathing. The breathing problems is why they passed, but it wasn't what caused it. Whatever they had caused the breathing problems. I hope that makes sense.
I think perhaps, like, this is a very weird, I don't know. I think perhaps maybe they're looking over my dad because he has breathing problems. He had sarcoidosis when I was really young, and he's now got like 40% of one lung that works. So that is very specific thing to know.
They are around you and your family, and that especially your dad. I hope this reading has pertained to you, and I hope you enjoy it. Mwah.
Wow, okay, so that was the whole reading. So thank you everyone who has got this far. I have to say I am actually so blown away by that. There were so many things that really like resonated with me. Everything seemed to have some kind of like meaning and connection, and like I think sometimes like when I think to like reading zodiac signs and like horoscopes and things, they're very like general. They're like, oh, something good will change. Like, it's such a general thing, whereas this is so specific, and everything that is very specific, all the really specific details just match up exactly with either things I've been through, I'm going through, or I'm going to go through. So I'm so just like so pleased with this. I'm just completely overwhelmed, to be honest. I feel like I now need to like turn the camera off and watch it all again, spend like another hour sat here and just go through it all again, because I have such a mixed emotions right now, but I think like overall I just feel warm, I feel really happy, I'm just so excited for the future. I definitely would recommend kind of reaching out to a medium, whether it be Chris, who I really recommend, or perhaps, you know, someone personally. I definitely recommend just reaching out and just having this. So as I said, I will leave all of Chris's information down below, whether it be you'd like to follow her channel and get kind of more generalized readings. She does do, as I said, personal readings as well, like through live streams and things. So I will leave her channel down below along with all her social media information. I also leave like a direct email address as well in case you'd like to email her about perhaps getting your own reading and prices and things. And she does also have a PayPal link if you would like to donate some money towards her to help with her channel and help building it and kind of support her in this journey, because after all, these readings do take a lot of energy out of her, they take a lot of time, and I'm just so appreciative that she did spend all that effort to make this video for us today. So as I said, everything that you will need is down in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, especially if you've made it this far to the end. If you do have any questions or comments, please do leave them down below. If it's sunny where you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I will see you next time. Bye!